Today we're going to be checking out the Duplo lo-fi delay machine. So yes, this is kind of the next one in our lineup of the large format pedals, following on from the success of the multi-modulation Junipero. This one is a multi-delay pedal offering 8 different modes that kind of work around that vintage, old, like lo-fi kind of style delay. A few odd ones in there, but it's kind of hovering around that ballpark for the most part. So if you're looking for nice, really crisp, perfectly clean digital delays, then I'd turn this video off now, because it's definitely not that. So let's talk about what's inside this little green monster. So you've got delay time, delay repeats, tone of the delay, an overall level control, and a mix control that goes between fully wet and fully dry. And then on top of that, you've also got the control knob, which is a variable parameter that changes depending on what patch you're on. So let's dive into those 8 modes. Mode 1 is an analog style delay with modulation and grip. As you turn the control knob up, it blends in some subtle modulation, rolls off some high end, and also decreases the headroom so that on extreme settings, and if you've got higher output pickups, the repeats of the delay will start to break up. And what we were trying to go for here is trying to emulate some of those famous pink pedals from the 80s. Mode 2 is a tape style delay with wow, flutter and tape aging. This is a fairly bright and quite crispy delay with the control knob all the way down, and then as you turn it up, it blends in some kind of subtle tape, flanging, chorusing modulation, and also starts to add in some breakup to the delay repeats, as you might get with like an old dirty tape as it starts to kind of wear out. Mode 3 is a multi-modulated delay. The control knob on this patch lets you blend between more of a flange style modulation, and then as you turn it up and the rate gets faster, so does the depth. It kind of blends more into like a chorus vibrato kind of sound. It's a really intricate effect, really nice and quite unique. Mode 4 is our take on emulating the PT2399 chip. So for those not familiar, the PT2399 is the chip that has been used in almost any kind of tape style delay from a smaller manufacturer, maybe over the last 15-20 years. It's a really nice sounding chip, but unfortunately has its limitations in real life, so what we've done is try to emulate that. This is also what our now discontinued tape deck pedal used, and one of the cool things that happened with this chip is once you pushed it past its rated delay time, you start to get these weird kind of digital aliasing effects that would kind of come in and break up and distort, and it's a really kind of unique sound, a really unusual one that I don't think many people dove into in real life when actually using the chip, but we very much did on the tape deck, and many people loved it. So what we've done is tried to incorporate that into the Duplo. And then modes 5, 6, 7 and 8 are similar in a way, but also very different. So they are all multi-head delays, so they're all the same voice of delay, if you like, and the time and repeats knob controls your main delay sound with the tap tempo that we'll come onto as they do in the first 4 modes. But what you've got with these delays is the ability to add and blend in a second delay head like you would get on some old tape delays. So patch 5 adds in a slapback / echo, so you've got your regular delay, and then the control knob lets you blend in the delay time of the echo / slapback up to around 150 milliseconds. It's linked in with the feedback for the main delay, so the more the repeats are turned up, the more repeats you'll get on the slapback as well as the main delay. Patch 6 is the multi-head dotted eighth, so you can blend in the volume of that dotted eighth delay with the control knob. Patch 7 is the multi-head delay triplet, same as the dotted eighth delay, it's just a different subdivision that you can blend in the volume of with the control knob. And last but not least, we have the multi-head golden ratio delay. So you will have seen this on a couple of pedals maybe over the last few years, and the golden ratio is a kind of weird subdivision, if you like, where as the delay repeats ring out, they kind of start to crash into one another. It's not a particularly rhythmic sound. You wouldn't use it in the same way that you'd use the triplets or dotted eighths, but it creates this very reverby, very wide kind of washy sound that just kind of flows underneath your playing and works really nicely and just makes everything sound enormous. So those are the 8 modes, but what else has it got? There's full stereo in and out, there's an expression input that offers control over every parameter should you so wish. There are 5 onboard presets, there's also a MIDI input on the back that offers you up to 128 presets via a MIDI controller. There is tap tempo with 5 subdivisions, so quarter notes, dotted eighths, eighth notes, triplets and 16th notes. There is buffered or true bypass switching, and in buffered mode you would activate delay trails. This is assignable per preset. There's also a runaway oscillation mode, so if you hold down the tap tempo switch, it will max the delay pot out and it will slowly build up into self oscillation, and it only lasts as long as you're holding it down. As soon as you release it, it will go back to wherever it's set. So that's enough of that. Let's hear what it sounds like. We'll put a link in the description if you want to read more about any of the things I've just mentioned. You can read to your heart's content, but let's just hear what it sounds like. I'll stop talking now. Let's go. And that is it. Really hope you enjoyed our demo of the Duplo. Let us know down in the comments which mode was your favorite. This one has been in the works for a long time in the background, even though we were kind of pushing other pedals. This one's been kind of a labor of love for a long time, so really excited to share this with you guys and really hope you liked it. Please like, comment and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Really appreciate you guys subscribing and getting involved and commenting and everything. It's really been nice for us to kind of experiment more with what we're doing and push into this avenue of making videos. As always, please don't forget to check out our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and we'll see you next time.